A nice storm just blew through here. We had tornado warnings, but we didn't get tornadoes. Happens a lot. They predict really bad weather here in Warren, and then it just seems to split and go north of us. I think probably because there's like a ring of mountains that surround the town, and we're settled into the valley by the Quabog River. That maybe the updrafts in the atmosphere break up the storms and make them drive to the north or drive to the south. I don't know, but it's just a pretty sky, and it's a pretty spot to be. Look at the mist on the mountains. This little tiny town I moved into, me and Tricia and Dawson, it's just turned out to be a great place to live. It really did. Who would have thunk it? But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I want to talk about this. This is the GS700ES. I think a lot of you have been following the bike build. Some of you have, some of you haven't, but it's at a point now where I took it for a nice long ride today. I ran it till the tank ran out and filled the tank and rode it some more. The bike is running. The bike is rideable. The bike is more than rideable. The bike is fun to ride. Here, let me show you. You see that MASS? That's an inspection sticker. This bike passed inspection. It's got brakes, it's got lights, it's got directionals. It runs well. It's fast. It's freaking fast, man. It's freaking fast. So I wanted to do a short walk around just to show you a few of the things that I've done. It's been a long, long process, probably 2 years. So we'll start with the heart of the bike, and that's the motor here. This came off the bike entirely. That nice shiny black head, that's all been repainted. All that black's been repainted. And up underneath there you can see that valve cover. That's replaced. The old one just looked bad. It wasn't anything wrong with it, it just looked bad. So I polished up one I got on eBay and put it on. These covers have been polished. Just work to polish them. Carburetors, very interesting. Carburetors, oh, here we go. All rebuilt. There's still some issues with the carburetors, but the bike runs well enough, and you can see here, that's a pod. A pod is an air filter stuck right on the end of the carburetor. It doesn't go into this big air box that sits up under the seat and robs horsepower. It draws fresh air straight from the outside world straight into those carburetors. Pods. I went with the pods. And they're beautiful. They're K&N filters. They're beautiful. So these are new pods. They're about $40 each, and there's 4 of them. So 4 sets of pods, or 1 set of pods, 4 cylinders. The exhaust here, you can see it, the metal showing through. I had it Cerakoted. The ceramic coat did not hold up. These have got to come back off. I got to sand them all down, get another finish, because that gray there, that's raw metal. That's raw metal. So that'll rust. That's going to rust fast. And if you look under here, you can see how it's already broken up all of these. And all this metal is going to rust if I don't get a finish on it. And look at that. That's the ceramic coating just peeling off. It's just peeling off. All the way down to here. Look at this. All the way down to here. As soon as these pipes heated up. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. So that's a freaking mess. I gotta strip that all down. One option, this Vance & Hines exhaust setup. I got mosquitoes all over me. It's a $400 setup. I could buy it brand new, all in chrome. $400. Anyway, these tires are Pirelli Sport Demons. They're a bias ply. They're the right tire for the bike. They're a dynamite tire. They're a beautiful tire. They were about, I think that was 150, and the back one was another 150. They're about $300 for these tires. I mounted them myself, by the way, just in case you're curious. I went out to my garage with big screwdrivers and tire irons, and I busted my butt to get these fucking tires off this rim. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. And get them back on, so I didn't have to pay somebody to mount them. Here's your swing arm. The swing arm here. Again, polish it. Just polished it. This is interesting. I want to show you this here. This brake line. The old brake line was ruined. I couldn't get brake fluid through it. I found a place, Revival Cycles. They're out of Texas, out of Austin, Texas, and they're a custom-built motorcycle shop. They sell you stuff to build your own hand-built motorcycle, and they had this kit to create this brake line. It's this ferrule right here. See this little ferrule? And the elbow, you just order the elbow, the angle that you need, and this little ferrule goes on here, and it comes with the plastic line, which then you cut to length, and there's another one up under here on the other end. So I built that, put that all together. There's so much stuff I wanted to show you. Obviously, the brakes, they're all brand new. The calipers have all been repainted, polished and repainted. The pads are new. The rotors, well, you don't change rotors on a motorcycle that often. I can show you the front. It's the same thing. There are calipers there. They've all been redone. But while we're talking about the front, okay, here's the caliper. It's all repainted. It's got new brake pads on there. Here's your forks, and here's your fork seals. These are new fork seals filled with fresh fork oil, all redone. And it brings us up to our fairing. There's your fairing. Yes, it's painted black. I know it's painted black. But here's the old fairing. I want to show you this. Right here, you see that little broken and that little broken piece? Those are the pieces that hold this broken piece to the front of it. I mean, they're broken. So I went on eBay and I found the one that's on here now. And no, it wasn't painted black. I painted it black. But they're not broken. That's kind of the point. They're not broken. Now we'll talk about the mirrors, okay? The mirrors were completely shot, so I bought new mirrors. I got new mirrors for the bike, and the grips were completely shot, so I got these grips, and I think they're really nice looking grips, but I found out they were open-ended, meaning that the handlebar is a hollow bar, and the grips doesn't have a cover on the end. So I bought these handlebar ends. There's one on each end, and on this end, there's a little plastic plug. I had to replace the plastic plugs. Like I said, we just had a nice storm, so the bike's wet, but it needed to get rained on. It really did. It needed to get rained on. The side body panels here, they were all broken. I repaired them. I could pull them off and show you the back side, but there's fiberglass repair on the back here to fix them, so that they're not broken anymore. So now they're fixed. Check this out. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit, but I got to figure out what to do still. This is a little reflector, so you don't get hit from the side. And this is a little reflector, but you can see it ain't the right reflector. See, it's short. It doesn't fill in the block, and the plastic is the wrong color. So that's something that somebody did. And while we're back here, let's look at these directionals. Right? I mean, they're rubber, so they tend to kind of hang a little floppy because they're supposed to have some flex to them. But these are the old ones, the ones that came off. All right? Look at that. They're shot. They're totally rotted. Here's this one. I mean, it's gone. It's not even there. When I got the bike, it looked like this. This is what it looked like. It hung. It hung from its wire. It was shot. It had to be replaced. I had to buy 4 new directionals, and there are 4 new directionals. It had to be done. Again, engine cases are polished. Swing arm is polished. The chain guard. The chain guard had a hole in it where the chain had run through the chain guard. A gash all the way down here. There's a freaking hole in it. I mean, it was like the fairing, okay? There were holes in the fairing. They'd run screws through it. Like right over here, you would have seen a screw. This big, fat chrome screw run through. It's just wrong, man. You just don't do that. You don't run a fiberglass repair or a new rubber grommet. So directionals new, grips new, handlebar ends new, mirrors new, fairing new, chain new chain guard. Case is polished. Oil pan. The oil pan bolt was stripped. It was leaking oil. The oil would have wound up on the ground. New oil pan. The oil pan, by the way, if you want to know, it's down under here on the bottom of the motor. The motor had to come out. The motor came out, oil pan went on. Again, like this aluminum cover up under here that I replaced because it looked like crap and nobody can see it now that it's put together. But I know it looks better. Replaced. Casings, polished. Carburetors rebuilt. Pod system, brand new pod system. Tires new, brakes new. Up under the seat, if I lift it off, you would see there's a battery under here, and the battery is new. I'm working on the windshield now. It was painted black. I sanded it with 180 grit sandpaper to get all the paint off it. I've got 5,000 grit sandpaper and I got a buffer. I'm going to sand that thing from 180 to 400 to 600 to 800 to 1200 all the way to 5,000 grit and buff it and see if I can make it clear again. I'll keep you up to date on that. That's probably not going to work out for me, but that's the idea. The seat's got to be recovered. You can see how bad this is. Trying to get the right material for it now. Cover the seat. And the last thing that I really want to say to everybody who's been watching. Obvious question. Well, maybe not, but to me it is. Why black? Why black? And the simple answer is, I got black frame paint and I had some left over. And I didn't even know if this was going to run. So I just painted it all black to see if it would run. And it runs. But also, and this is important to understand, base coat for a nice artwork paint job is usually black. So if I want to put a black cherry pearl on this bike, or a red metal flake, base coat is black. So this black paint, while I don't know, it looks kind of cool, I guess. This doesn't look terrible. It looks pretty cool. The biggest reason it's black is because that's the proper base coat for an artwork paint job. If I want this bike to be a red metal flake, which I'm kind of leaning towards a red metal flake, or black cherry pearl, not sure yet. This base coat is what I need. I take all these pieces off it again, all the parts come off again. The exhaust has got to come off anyway, I told you that. It's going to rust out if I don't fix that. Take all those parts off and give it a proper prep. We're talking a sparkly red metal flake or a black cherry pearl with some nice details, like maybe a stripe that runs right along this line all the way to the back and up and over this shitty fucking, that's gonna go. I'm taking it off. I just decided now. I'm gonna take it off, and on the back side I'm gonna fiberglass the hole. I'm gonna Bondo the freaking thing. That's gone. I don't need that freaking thing. I hate reflectors on my bike anyway. Here, look at this. Here's my Yamaha, right? Look at this. You see reflector on that front fork? You know why there's no reflector on that front fork? Because I took it off. I took it off. I don't need a reflector on my front fork. No reflector on my rear fender. There ain't no reflector back there. I take them off. I don't need some stinking freaking reflector on my bike. So there, you just watch me make a decision. These reflectors are coming off. We're going to streamline this a little bit. Take them off, patch the hole, paint it up, make it look nice. Alright, we're pushing 15 minutes. That's way too long for a Facebook video. It'll take forever to load, but I want you to see this. I want you to understand what's going on, how the bike is been completely transformed. And you know, people who care and maybe aren't 100% happy with all the decisions, I'm sorry. There's reasons why the choices were made the way they were. Things had to be done the way that they had to be done. I can't spend $500 on an artwork paint job and find out when I'm done the bike doesn't run. I can't buy a new exhaust. I got to do what I can. I went with a ceramic coating that wouldn't stand up to the heat. Bad decision, my bad, sorry. It is what it is. But what it is a freaking fast bike. That's honestly a lot of fun to ride. It really is. It's a lot of fun to ride. It's an old school sport bike. 1985. This thing's 33 years old. And I got the title today. Today in the mail. The title arrived from the registry. The inspection sticker's on the back. You saw the inspection sticker. This bike is legal. It is on the road. It is being ridden, and it belongs to me. Tribute to my brother. Because God knows what I paid for it. I could have bought a brand new one for the money. But then it wouldn't have been his. So, wouldn't have been this bike if I'd bought another one. But seriously, with the tires and the battery and the exhaust work and the grips and the mirrors and the directionals and the oil pan and the fairing and the paint and the sandpaper and the fiberglass repair kits and the chain and the chain guard and the fork seals and the rear suspension and I could have bought a new bike for that much money. And then it wouldn't have been this bike, would it? So, there you go. Talk too long, talk too much. Just wanted to give you a tour of the bike. And someday soon I'll put the GoPro on my jacket and we'll go take it a ride around the neighborhood. Thanks for watching. I'm out.